Welcome to NDTV Auto. Today I am with Skoda Kylaq. Skoda has unveiled the Kylaq, the sub 4-meter compact SUV, something that the market was waiting for a long time and Skoda had promised at the beginning of this year. And finally it's here in flesh, and the biggest surprise was the pricing. The company announced its starting price as 7.89 lakhs. And to talk more about it, I have with me Mr. Petr Jeneba. Thank you, Peter, for taking time out for us. So this was supposed to be an unveil event and it became a launch event. You disclosed the prices, and what excellent pricing.
Actually, not all prices, you are right, it's an entry price only. We just wanted to finally contribute to what we have been promising since February. I mean, we said that the people will name the car, and the people named the car. So we took the name. We said that the car will be competitively priced, doesn't matter what technology we bring from the upper segments, and this is what we did. But this is just a first entry price, and the rest of the price list, a full price list, is coming with all the specs that everyone can configure its own car, is coming on December 2nd, because in December we started to produce the car. So we didn't want to cheat the people to say, the car is here, so whatever you do, book immediately. There is nothing to book today. You just express the interest today, and later you can come and say, this is my car, this is what I want. And on 2nd of December, you receive one more special value proposition, which will be limited only to some amount of the people. Actually, the hand raisers have a very special moment now, because we will be launching Kylaq Club. This is exclusive information. I didn't mention to anybody else before.
Okay.
And Kylaq Club is coming in 1 week, and there will be something special for the people once they will join the Kylaq Club.
So basically, people who show interest right now, which are being called hand raisers. So if you're interested in Kylaq, you can express your interest, and then you will have some specific benefits in this Kylaq Club.
Exactly.
All right, that's very interesting to know. Now, my big question is that this pricing looks very attractive, 7.89. But now the bigger question is, will that mean that the base variant will have very few features?
Oh, actually not. If you take a look for the big brother of Kylaq, our Kylaq, it's starting already with a very high level of equipment in the base variant. So we never compromise on safety. We never compromise on basic comfort features, because we understand that even in this car there is a lot of space and a lot of people will use it as well as a chauffeur car, so they will be driven in the back. So all the comfort you have in the back. So we do believe that there is everything what the people need in the base version, but we don't think the base version will be more than 10% of the market. So there is a value proposition in every next version, but this can be disclosed only on 2nd of December. So we are sure there is a good value proposition, but there are many more cars below 10 lakhs coming.
Okay, so I'm hearing this word value proposition a lot from you and the entire team today. Of course, Kylaq is going to focus on mass market. Have you learned from the market that you really need to keep your pricing strategy crisp and appealing to Indian customers, especially in this segment, to be able to make that mark that you have been striving to do for a long time?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have learned ourselves a lot from the Kylaq and Slavia pricing. It was still around the COVID time. So it was turbulent with the supply, with chips, not having always everything available what customers wanted. But the pricing will be very much consistent. We have learned one thing, that we always spend more time on development and care. We don't compromise on testing and safety on cars, and we usually charge for all these things which are visible or invisible in the car but delivered properly to the customer. We usually charge a price premium. So all customers know Skoda was never the cheapest brand on the market and will never be. But in this particular segment, for us was important we have been not only promising, but we wanted to deliver the car for the right price, which is in line with what the others are delivering. Despite the fact we are bringing the technology from the highest segment, we still want to deliver the attractive pricing like we would make it a really segment lower platform. So that's why we talk so much about the value proposition, because this is something a win-win for both of us. The customers are getting basically a higher class car in a compact chassis with a lot of things, but still having the biggest boot space, for example, in the class. So a lot of things, a lot of utility value is there. Hopefully everybody likes the design and the other features which are coming later.
So I actually got to drive this car and sat inside this car at Coast some time back, and the spacious side is really good. Now, next question is that will this not cannibalize on Kylaq?
And this is the right question, and this was the first questions our dealers have asked us, because when they have seen the car for the first time in February, they said, "Wow, what a car!" And then they said, "And what are we going to do with the Kylaq then?" Yeah? So, of course, it will require a certain effort, because the basic economic rules are telling you if you have a very similar products within one brand, then they can eat up to 30% of each other. But I think you can still tweak it with the offer, and Kylaq is about to get next year already a facelift. So we will make a good value proposition. There is a good reason to buy Kylaq, because it's a good car and it will offer a unique features which Kylaq does not have, or have different features. So we focus on different customer groups. It would definitely not be our target that Kylaq is just stealing a Kylaq customers, because there are not so many Kylaq customers as we want to sell the Kylaq. So yeah, the Kylaq targets are high, and we mainly bring the people in the segment of the sub 4 meter SUV who were following Skoda but never find the right interesting product for the right price. Now they will find it. As well, we will probably upgrade some other people from the sub 4 meter segment, the aspiring one, and definitely we will steal from our competitors as well. This is what is the competition about.
There was a product from the group which was very popular, Polo, and every time I have spoken to Volkswagen people have talked about Polo a lot. Do you think people who were waiting for Polo, which is not coming definitely, so do you think they will come for Kylaq?
I think Polo is a very specific product of VW brand. It's an iconic product, and these people definitely love a VW brand. So they will still look and wait for the right VW product probably. But let's see. I mean, we embrace every single potential customer. And especially if the customer is coming from the competitors on the market, and it was never a Skoda or a group customer before. Yeah? But we embrace everyone.
But how are you going to, mass market segment, people are very emotional buyers, and there is a preconceived notion amongst people that Skoda's services are expensive and their after sales are not as good as others like mass market brands offer. For example, India's largest car manufacturer, Maruti, their service centers are all across the country. Hyundai has a large service center network, and they have really made an effort to keep the cost of servicing, cost of ownership low. How are you going to convince a Kylaq buyer that you will also have a good post-sales experience?
So I try to make the answer short, even if it is not so easy. So first of all, today we surprise everybody, because the pricing belongs to our values of Skoda. With the car look and with the price. On 2nd of December, we will surprise you about the cost of ownership, because we did a lot, and we will finally go very much wild and loud and public about what the cost of ownership of Kylaq is, and a lot of people will be surprised. I mean, Skoda as a brand, as a perceived European brand, inherited this feeling based on the Octavias and Superb and even the other European parts and components, products like Kodiaq, that our parts coming from Europe must be expensive, and that's why the maintenance is expensive, and sometimes it takes even some time to get the parts here. This is not the case for Kylaq and Slavia, and this is definitely not the case for Kylaq, where the level of the localization and the local supplier chain is developed much more. It's not the case for this car. So we are actually building, again, the value proposition for the customer to understand that Skoda is actually a brand with two different kinds of products. These are the European products, 100%, which we bring mainly as a parts and components, and deep localized cars, fitting, developed in India, named in India, priced in India, and as well will be serviced in India for the very competitive, on par, competitive set of pricing, which customer can embrace and can expect. So there is a surprise to come on 2nd of December. I just ask you to stay a little patient about it.
So how much localization have you attained with Kylaq?
So if we calculate the full range up to the 4th level, I think it's around 76% now. But some of the things are supplied like from the first level, then it's even higher, it goes over 90, but 76 is purely Indian origin, 100%.
I noticed that you have written E20 fuel. I remember reading on some forums that Kylaq buyers had some, Kylaq and Slavia buyers had some issues with the E20 fuel when it was used in their cars. Will you give them that assurance that Kylaq will
E20 readiness is 100% assured. And it's now even on Kylaq and Slavia. It came only this year. It was not available in the previous Kylaq and Slavia. So if somebody missed the communication, like from when it started to be delivered on a new car and use it for the old car, they can have some issues with the engine management. But this all can be sorted. But Kylaq is 100% from the beginning, all Kylaq E20 ready.
Okay. I know it's not something that you would want to comment maybe today, but I really am tempted to ask, because in this segment, people are also very conscious about mileage. And one of the ways people are, companies are giving a better fuel efficiency is also giving the CNG variant. Is that something that you will think about?
I mean, knowing the CNG technology, you have to understand that CNG makes sense for the naturally aspirated engine, not so much for the turbocharged, because then the cost benefit is not so much there, because TSI engine costs a lot because deliver performance and efficiency at the same time, and the CNG costs as well more. At the same point of time, we in Skoda do not believe that CNG in future is a sustainable thing. I mean, we have all seen the CNG pricing once it's going to be mixed with the LNG coming and local CNG, and the pricing is not sustainable for long in India, very probably, and it's having a very similar patterns like the EVs, where the filling infrastructure is more or less packed with the commercial cars, and it takes some time to refill the car. We would like to give to our people the best technology in ICE engine what we have. This is the TSI technology which we are delivering, and there will be some other powertrains coming later on. I don't want to be too fast, especially in this segment. We will not go diesel, we will not go CNG, but probably the hybrid is the right solution, which as well the other brands are going to embrace step by step. But we still wait for the CAFE 3 resolution, which is coming from the government this year, and then we take this call.
All right, Peter. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.